Okay, so this game is called Corsair, and this is the worst game I've ever playtested. Now I know this is just a test, and only a few hours went into the making of this game so far, so it's not completely fair to judge it like this, but I don't give a fuck! This game was developed by retarded monkeys. This is awful, just fucking awful. Nothing about it is fun or sensible. So this game takes place in space, and each player controls a bunch of ships that move around a game board. And already we've hit our first problem, because these game pieces can't fly, and starships were meant to fly. The point is to capture outposts to increase your income, so you can buy more ships or items from the black market. In space? What, was it too obvious to call it a black hole market? Eventually, you launch an assault on the other players and take over their home base, which is called a cove, which stands for Controlled and Operated Vehicular Establishment. Oh, and everything in this game is an acronym. Corsair stands for collecting optimal resources through stealing, attacking, and invading rivals. That's right, you don't steal from your rivals, you steal your rivals. But none of this matters to you because you won't be playing this game. The only people playing will be frowning, unhappy, crappy kids. So let's get into the gameplay. Each player starts out with one ship and 100 barnacles, which are your money, and it's also an acronym, but I don't care. Player 1 rolls for an event card, which can affect your dice rolls, ship movement, money, whatever. Great, I got overzealous gunners. Any combat phase this turn, well, there won't be any combat this turn, so this is useless. Then my ships get to move 3 spaces. Player 2 then moves their ships, bing bong boom! Seems pretty simple, but this is where the shitty mechanics really show themselves. So it's my turn again, and I failed to get an event card. Whatever, I at least get 100 more barnacles, so now I have 200. Now I want to attack this outpost and take it over. It has a defense of 3, so I have to roll a 4 or higher to get it. Oh. Well, I failed the combat, so my ship is destroyed, and now I have no ships! How much is it to buy a new ship? 1,500 barnacles? So I have 200 now, and every turn I get 100 barnacles for each thing I own, and since I only own a cove, I get 100 barnacles per turn. Great, so I have to wait 13 turns before I can do anything. Oh great, it looks like my opponent got lucky and captured his first outpost. Give me my random event card. Hooray, I got treasure, which gives me 300 barnacles. Combined with the 100 I normally get, I now have 600 barnacles, which means I only have to wait 9 turns before I can do anything. So while I sit here with my thumbs up my ass, my opponent keeps expanding his fleet and taking over everything. Oh, it's my turn again? Random event card? Inspired fleet, +1 to the speed of all ships. I don't have any fucking ships. Okay, finally, I'm back in the game. Get 100 barnacles, move 3 spaces. Another turn, 100 more barnacles, 3 more spaces. Let's try this again. Fuck! 13 more turns! 13 turns to sit through and do jack shit! I'm gonna go watch Lord of the Rings. Let me know when I have enough to buy another ship. This game is entirely based on luck, but the punishment for failure is catastrophic. I can't do anything for a long time. Sure, there's the random event card Volunteers, which allows me to spawn a free ship, but the chances of me getting that are so low. According to the rules, there are only 2 of those cards in the deck, and we only get an event card if I roll high enough. And I have to hope that my opponent doesn't get that card instead. None of this is fun. And what about these outposts? I can't even conquer the ones with the lowest defense. 6 times. I tried attacking it 6 times, and I rolled a 1 every time, losing my ship every time. That took about 70 turns at the least. There are other outposts with 5 defense, which means you have to roll a 6 to get them, and there are ones with 7, which means you have to roll a... Wait, what the fuck? This is where items come into play. You buy them from the black market, and there are a few that give you more attack power. The problem is that each item costs 1,500 barnacles, which is the price of a new ship, which means I have to wait 30 goddamn turns to buy another ship and be able to afford an item. Oh, and you can't even choose what item you want to buy. It's all randomized. Just pay 1,500 and hope for the best. Let's see, there are 55 item cards, and only 10 of them actually increase your power in some way, so that's about a 1 in 5 chance of getting what you want. Oh, and most of those attack cards only add 2 to your power, so if you're attacking an outpost with 7, then you have to roll a 6 to win. Otherwise, you lose your ship and the item, so there's 30 turns right down the drain. But wait, there's more. There's a feature that lets you combine multiple ships into a fleet. Just move them onto the same space and BAM! They're traveling together. Now you'd think that a bigger fleet means more attack power, but that would be the logical outcome, so naturally it's not used here. No, instead, having 3 ships in a fleet simply means you have 3 chances to attack. You don't add up 3 dice rolls, you just use the highest roll, so you'll still need fucking items to capture the 7 outpost or another player's cove. Oh, and the kicker is that the more ships in a fleet, the slower they move. 1 ship moves 3 spaces, but 3 ships can only move 1 space. What's the point of having anything in a fleet if it doesn't increase your attack power? All it seems to do is slow you down. Since only your highest roll matters in an attack, you might as well just break off the fleet, have each ship move 3 spaces, then attack 3 separate times. It's the same goddamn thing, only your ships get to move faster. But hey, why should you listen to me? It's not like I was able to try this or anything, because I'm still stuck in ship shit land for 15 turns. All while my lucky opponent keeps taking outposts and buying ships, all to converge on my defenseless cove. But he can't take it over because he needs a fucking item that he can only get at random, and then needs to roll a fucking 6 in order to win. Fuck this game. This is awful and unplayable. I don't care if it's a fucking playtest. This is the worst thing ever. Apparently only 2 minutes of thought went into this. There is not a single glimmer of hope. Scrap it. Do it over. Try again. Game over. That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go watch Lord of the Rings while listening to Starships.